Hello mates, what's up? How's it going? This is Paul from Flutter. Welcome back to a new episode for this week. And today this episode is going to be mind-blowing because we are going to talk about fun stuff about our food delivery app. So today we are going to be talking about the hot screen of our food delivery app, and on the design you can see it here that we designed this, and we are moving ahead to doing the hot screens. And as well, if we're done with this, we will move into the navigation to set up our navigation for this app before we go into making the functionalities for our sign up and our authentication. So that's what we are going to do in this lesson. So let's move into designing each of the screens. So it's going to be 3 screens here. It's going to be the sign in, the comeback, sign in screen, and the sign up. So we are going to build this, and we have all our components set up. We are going to export some images here, like the image here, and also this. So we are going to do all of that. So let's get to our project. So here you can see I'm on the main.dat, and I can just show you my the folders here, and what I'm going to do, which we can actually predict beforehand. Now it's on the screens folder, and I'm going to create a new folder called authentication. And before starting to do anything, writing of code or anything, I'm going to create a new branch for our project. I'm going to create this branch, a new Git branch, call it I'm going to call it auth UI, since it's not for the I'm going to call this feature. So feature / auth UI, and click on that and check out. That means I move to that branch. So check out feature auth UI, and there I'm on that branch now. So I'm going to bring this down and bring this up so you guys can see this clearly. And in our screens folder here on authentication, I'm going to create a new file called authentication view. So I'm going to create that, call it that way, and everything about authentication is going to go into this folder. So I'm going to close this and close this as well, and let's start writing some codes here. And if you can see that mostly things that we want to use on the screens are already here in this screen. Like you can see this button, you can see the same name here, the same font style used here, and we have this text field that we need to create as well. So let's do that and go to our authentication and create a stateless widget. Call this authentication view, and as well I'm going to import our material package, and as well I'm going to wrap this on with an app scaffold, and as well rename this child to a body. And this I'm going to call this a stack widget, so we can take some numbers of children. And here we are going to check the design and see. You can see that we have this the same amoeba shape, but it's being flipped to the right side and given a different color. So let's do that immediately. I'm going to use that shape amoeba paint, and I'm going to, for us to preview this while we are building, we are going to change the home of this, which was onboarding, because we don't have navigation. We are going to change this to authentication view, and later we'll change this when we add our navigation. So when a user click on that home on this button, maybe sign in, it takes us to this screen, or sign up, it takes us to this screen. So let's do that now. And here we are on the auth screen, and one thing we are going to do, we are going to wrap this with a transform widget, and this is going to be transform, and we are going to call this transform, and we use the math, that's the pi from math, and we are going to import this, and we are going to use it, and we are going to make this format very well. And you can see we then have an alignment, and the alignment is going to be centered. It's going to be centered, and let's see, it's been flipped to the other side, just like what we have here. Now what we are going to do is for us to change the color. So we are going to define a color widget here on the pen, so we can always pass in a new color. So this color is going to come from our pen's app theme here. So we are going to go in and check what kind of color is that. We are going to see what kind of color is this. Let's go in our app theme and see what color we can use here. So we can actually extract that color from we can extract it here. So I'll just get a chip here and then use this color picker and pick the color, and I'll actually create a new color on our app theme. Now I'm going to call this is going to be a static color. It's going to be a static color and static const, and I'm going to add it here, and we are going to call this let's call it light dark blue. Let's call it that way because dark blue light. Let's call it that way. I'm going to save this and I'm going to pass this in here, and I'm going to create a color and parameter on the amoeba pen here, and I'm going to use this right here. I'm creating a final, and as well make it required here. This can let's not make it required because we might need the original color. So what next we are going to do, we are also going to pass that color in here as well, and let's do that. Let's create a new color, color, and I'm going to create a new constructor here, and we are going to use that. Let's make this name required, and we are going to look for the colors here and pass it here. So it's going to be if this is not, and we use this, so I can see that we have this color now. So that's what we are going to do, and the next thing we are going to do now is to get this image right here. So I'm all doing this because I want all of us to learn these things so we can actually do it on our different projects. So I'm going to get this image right here. So I'm going to get this image. Let's get that image. So this is the image. I'm going to export this image and call it salad. I'm going to export this as a PNG, and as well I'm going to send it to our project. So it's on footer, and we have the code, and we have the assets here, and we have the images. So I'm going to send it in here. So you can see on our projects here that we have gotten a new changes here, file changes, which is salad, and this is the image. And I'm going to use this salad image, and I'm going to mark this as a const. And what else we are going to do is to place this image right here. So what we are going to do now is to use the position widgets. What the position widget does, it takes in positions like the right, left, top, so it positions the widget anywhere on the offset we want it. So we are going to do that right now, and we are going to have this image assets, and we are going to go into our image parts, and we are going to call this salad, and we are going to create that particular string, and here we are going to use this structure to create this. So it's going to be this, and I'm going to mark this as a const. It means it won't change, and I'm going to change this to salad, and you can see the image here being previewed, and you can save that, and as well save this too. You can see that we have this image here. So what's next we are going to do is for us to give this image its size. We need to decrease it a little, and what we are going to do is giving it in height. So let's try some random values to see how this is going to look like. let's try 300. I think 300 is okay. So what we are going to do now is for us to bring this to this other side of the screen, so to the right side of the screen. So we are going to do right, and we are going to mark it at 0, and you can see that it's on the right side. So what do we do to bring this inner to the right side? So we are going to change it to a minus, and maybe we have -10, and you can see it's going in. So if we increase the value to maybe 50, you can see it's all going in. And let's turn this to 100 and see how this looks. So it's all in, and that's not what we want. And you can see this goes up a little bit, so we're going to add this as 60 and add top as -10. Let's see how that goes. Okay, let's see. 60, I said 60, it's not 600. Okay, let's save that. Okay, this looks nice. This looks nice. So the next thing we are going to do here now, we are going to make this sign in. We have this widget already on the welcome screen. So what we are going to do, we are going to create out a reusable widget for this, so because we have it all over the place. And so let's do that. So we are going to go to our onboard screen folder here. If you have not checked out that tutorial, please check it out so you can continue with this. So this is it. This is the widget for that text. So what we are going to do, I'm going to use my VS Code extension here, and I'm going to extract this widget. So what we are going to call this widget is going to call, let's call it auth header, and we save that. Now this auth header is going to take in a string that's is going to take in a string as a title, and we are going to just pass the string like this, and we are going to create a constructor positional parameter around this. So that's what we are going to do right now, and we're going to create a string. I'm going to create a string, and this we're going to call it a title, and in the title we are going to then use this title here as this title, and we are going to use the title here. And you can see that if we should go to this screen, you're going to see that we have this. So we are going to reuse this auth header on our home here. So we are going to create a new a column. So let's see how this works in this screen. So because this screen actually looks same. So let's see, we have the sign in, we have this button that we are going to use the Google icon here, and next we have these text fields and this sign in. So this could take time, but the next screens, because when we done, we are going to use the same screen and use some states to switch and use different things we want to use. Okay, I hope you get that. So let's create this sign in here. So we'll go to this onboard view, and what we are going to do is we are going to check out this looks like here, and you can see it has a container, and we are going to copy this and use this on our screen here. So it's going to be like this, so this is how it's going to be. And the next we are going to do now is for us to call in the auth header. So we are going to call this sign in. So sign in. So I'm saving that. Okay, I didn't see that. Okay, let's continue adding some few things here. Let's add footer button, and the title is going to be sign in with Google. I'm going to copy that title, and so I can use it here, sign in with Google, and I'm going to save that. Okay, everything is still at the top right now, and I'm going to make this aligned well and add comma here and make it this way. And let's add a main axis alignment at center and see. Okay, it's on center now. and you can see this really don't I don't know if maybe it's because it's smaller. We can just increase a little bit of the weight of this. I want things to look the same. I want things to look the same, so let's increase the weight of it, not the width. And the weight, you can see that in using the font weight, we use the font weight in on here, and we are going to use, let's use 600 and see it doesn't work nice. Let's use 800, and yeah, I think this is okay. And what else we are going to do is we are going to have a padding around this. So let's have a padding, and let's have a padding here, and this padding is going to be on all, and we are going to use the Aptin card padding. So let's see how this padding is. So the padding is 24 here, and we are, whenever we use the 24 padding and we are trying to use the elements spacing as well, we are getting 50% of this padding like this, using this card padding times 0.5, and we get the 50% of it. So that's what we are doing. So you can see it's all padded here. And one thing we are going to do here, we are going to make this a separate padding for the rest of the buttons here. So this is the first button, and let's create a new button here. Let's create a new button called sign in. So this is going to be called sign in, and let's call this sign in, and we have two buttons here now. So the next thing we are going to do now is we are going to have some spacing here, which we are going to use the card padding to make that spacing, and we're going to use size box, and we are going to use height and card padding here. So we are going to save that, and you see we have that size, that nice height here. And the next thing we are going to do is making this constant as well, and making that constant, we are going to add another padding to this. And what we are going to do is we are going to make this symmetric, and we are going to use only horizontal to this for this one. So we are going to use horizontal, and we are going to set that to card padding and see how that looks. And you can see it's still going down. We can times that by 2 and see how it looks. So it's coming up just like what we have here. And what next we are going to do, we are going to add some height here, and you can see that we are all having it in control, and we can have this leading icon, and let's see if we can see Google icon right here. So one way I do get Flutter icons is I go to icons here on my browser, Google Fonts, and from there you can get different icons. So let me see if I can get any Google icon here. Let's see. There's no Google icon. It's really funny why they don't have Google icon. We are going to use I wanted to use this icon because it has Google on it, but since there is no Google icon for now, we are not going to worry about that. Let's use maybe Facebook, because I think we have Facebook icon here. So I think this company is really selfless. They actually have Facebook icons, but they don't have their current icon. It's quite funny. Okay, let's keep this at this padding. No, let's keep that padding. Let's go back to this button and add a little spacing here, please. I really want this to look same. So what are we going to add here? It's we're going to just remove this, remove that, and save. Okay, you can see that little spacing there, and we can give this a color, and let's just give it a color of white, and let's save that. At least we have this color that it's on work in progress. I will get a Google icon, and we'll update that. And one thing we are going to also do here is for us to change the colors. So we are going to change the gradient colors, and we are going to go in here and add what color is this? We are going to have this orange here, And what color else do we have is the red. So I'm going to have the red color here. So I'm going to save that, and we have the exact color here, and we have the exact color. So one thing I think we should do is to reduce the size of the text in the button. So let's go in and reduce the size. Maybe we can use a different, maybe subtitle one. And yeah, I think this is cool. This is cool. And let's continue doing that. We'll update the button widgets, the button theme later on the theme class. So I'll mark this as constant, and I think we are making a huge progress here. So one thing we are going to do, we are going to create this text here called all with email. So let's see if we are going to reuse that elsewhere. I think we are going to reuse it, so we should make it reusable. So first, let's create it. That's the main thing. Let's create that button, and here, exactly here, we are going to create that. It's going to be a text, so let's create it, or with email. So we use they didn't use that sign. Let's save that and see. You can see all with email. So one thing we are going to do, we are going to change the style, and this style is going to come out from our theme, and it's going to come out from our text theme. And this is from, let's see, our caption. If this will look nice, let's use our body text too. Let's use that and see. I think this is okay, and let's add a different color that suits our need here, and which is going to be color. It's going to be color, and we are going to use the gray color, gray. And you can see that we are just having it here, and we have the gray now. Can we just try, let's try the dim gray and see how this is going to look like. Okay, we don't have something like that. Okay, we don't have something like that. And let's just use the style here too, and we have gotten this all with email. So one thing we are going to do now, let's create this text field right here. So we are going to create the text field for our food app, and you can see on the design we have almost the same text field all around the app, just like this, and you can see they are almost the same. So we are going to create a reusable widget for that. So let's create this kind of text field, and we can use that. So what are we going to do? We are going to create a text field now. First I'm going to create a container, and I'm going to extract this widget, and I'm going to call it footer text field. So that's what I'm going to do. And here let's create this first, then we can pass in some parameters that we want to use. So here I'm going to pass in a text field. Okay, that's the right name. And the next thing we are going to do is for us to create let's make the decoration, and we are going to call this input decoration, if we can spell that well, input decoration. And the next thing is going to be let's save this. Okay, not this. Let's save this here and see that it's all coming up. It's all coming up, as you can see. And the next thing we are going to do here, I think we have updated this. Let's go to our theme class and see how our text field theming actually is. Maybe we can make some edits, some changes there that we can always have. And let's look for it here. Input decoration theme. You can see the border radius is card, and we shouldn't use this. Let's not use this. Let's create a new border radius here, and let's use circular. Let's use 99 and save that. Let's restart, and you can see that we can actually use that here. And let's create some other border radius and make all of it, because if we should click on this, and this should give us a different thing. So our border radius here, we are going to have a border size, and I'm going to call this border side class and give the color. The color is going to be transparent, and we save that. And So we have different borders here, and we have this focus border, and yeah, you can just copy the same thing here and add it here and save that, and we restart this, and you can see that this is actually what we want. So let's find out what other border we need to have, like the error border, enable border. I think the enable border, we want it to also be like this, and we can actually make some changes here in the future based on what we really want. So I'll just restart this again, and you can see that we are almost there. And I think we can have let's see if we can add some padding here as well, and let's have content padding, and here we can just have const age inserts, and can use horizontal, and we use the card padding for it. And let's restart this. We are all making the changes on the app theme class. That's why it is beautiful to actually make your changes here. So let's type in something. You can see it's all looking really nice. And let's have our title, though I'm not going to use this title because it's too gray. I'm going to use white as the title so it looks nice. So the end text is going to take it's not going to take a widget, just a string, and you can see your email. And when you type in, it gets let's kind of reduce the color of this text. Let's go back to our theme, and we'll do hint style, and we'll do text theme dot body text 2. This also should be 2, and we'll do copy width, and we are going to do color, and we are going to use white, and we have a little bit of opacity to this white. And I think we'll just restart this, and you can see at least it's look a little bit nice. But let's increase this and restart again. I think this is okay. Let's go back to our view here. So what next we're going to do is for us to pass in a string here called title, and we make that required, and we pass in a title in here, and we can use that title here, and we can use that title as your email, and we mark this as const for now. We are going to change it, and we are going to change that, and we are going to use height here, and we are going to use element spacing. So we have gotten this. I think this is going to be your password, or we can just leave it as password. So I'm going to restart this, and you see that we are all having this in control. So we are going to have this card padding above us here, above this widget. So, and actually bring this down a little. So let's do something. Let's say end. Okay, and here using this end, we are going to take this height widget and put it down here, and kind of multiply that by 4, and we have this nice view of this widget. So I think we have created the SignIn view. The next view we are going to create is the comeback. So stay around. Welcome back. So we are going to create the comeback sign in. So this is the widget we are going to create on this video, and if you have more time, we do this particular screen before we move down to the navigation part of this. And before we create that, we are going to do something here on our top folder, our top file here, and we are going to create the state for our sign up. So we are going to call it authentication state, authentication view. Let's call it authentication view state, and we are going to have the sign in, comeback, sign in, and sign up. And we are going to have some more like the forgot password, but let's not add that. Let's just follow the design and see how this is going to be. I'm going to remove this, remove this, and the next thing we are going to do, we are going to create the sign in, create the sign up, add the sign up, and have this come back, and and actually pass it in here. Authentication state, view state. So the reason for doing this is whenever we might want to when we are done with our navigation, we might want to pass in the state we actually want to pass in. Maybe if we click on this sign in, we pass in the state for signing, and we change the view based on that using the same screen, so let's do that. And we have passed in that, and that is that. Make it required. And the next thing we are going to do here, you can see that this screen, and this screen is actually almost the same thing. It's actually almost the same thing. It's just the back here that is quite different. The amoeba shape here is different, and this user avatar here. So that's what the actual difference is, and which I'm going to extract this user avatar here. So I'm going to extract that avatar and give it its rightful place. So I'm going to call this avatar, not the airbender. Just this an icon, and I'm going to remove this as well. And let's start creating this. We are going to create first with this, then later we'll change the back design. So let's create that. So the first thing we are going to do here is we are going to do something really unique here, and it's going to be, we are going to create a separate screen for this, like a separate widget for this too. Whenever we pass in the state, it's switched to this. So I'm going to, at least we have this grouping already here, so I'm going to extract this. I'm going to extract this and call it sign in view, and you can see that on the on below here. We can see it on the below here, and I'll just comment this out and save. And authentication view, we already have having that required being called, so we can just view states. We can use in our view states the sign up, because that's what we want to actually work on. Add that state here, the view state, which authentication state sign up, and I'm going to go back to that screen, and here we have commented at our sign in view, and we are going to add one more thing here. We are going to add the builder widget, and what this builder widget is going to do for us, we're going to use it as a way to use our if else statement, so we can run this very well. So we'll do view states, view state here. If view state is equals to the states sign up, let's use that widget. We call that container, else we're going to keep it at the comeback, which is going to be container. We're going to use container, and else if this, okay, let's just use if else here. If else let's use if else here, and the if else is going to, we're going to get this, and we add it here, sign in, we add it here, and we return this particular widget. So okay, you can see that the screen is empty, but if we should go in here and use sign in, you can see that we have our screen back, but if we use sign up, you can see we have it empty. So that's how we are going to use to change this while building this. So we are going to create a new view for our sign up right here. So I'm going to extract this And what we are going to do now on this, we are going to call this sign up view, and we have created that. And I'm going to go there. All of this, we are going to find a good widget on our authentication folder and place them in, so it doesn't look messy on the screen. That's what we are going to do. But now let's focus on creating these UIs. And the next thing we are going to do here is for us to use our column and center and to do this widget. And first we are going to use padding first. Let's use padding, and we are going to do age insets all, and we are going to use scarf app team, and we have a constant here, we have a child, and we have a column. In this column we have some children here, list of widgets, and here we have main axis alignment as center. And next thing we're going to do is to ask for us to have the footer button, and we're going to call this sign in. We're going to have the on tap, which is required, and save that. We have gotten the sign in. And the next thing here we're going to do, it's having this text field here, and we are going to have our text field. Because we already have that, we can just take this from the email, the password here, because it actually requires a password, and the password here, and we're going to put it in here, place it here. And you can see that this doesn't have any height. We can just get height from one of these places that we have created, and we pass it in here, and we have this height. And we can also do one more thing here by having our auth header. So let's get auth header from here. Where is that? We have our auth header here, and we can get it with the height as well, and we place it here. Give this as 4, and you can see that it's saying the name of the person that actually came back. And here we are using Flutter Fairy. If you're not a subscriber to the channel, just click on the subscribe button now. Okay, so the next thing we are going to do is for us to create the welcome back. So I think this went quite up. Let's reduce it to 3. I think this is okay. So the next thing we're going to do is for us to create that welcome back. So we are going to create it, welcome back, and we're going to save that. See the welcome back coming up. We're going to have a style to that, and going to be style of theme of context, and we're going to use a text theme here, and as well use the body 1, and I think we should use a subtitle 1 for this. Okay, this is cool. And we are going to use the we're going to use elements spacing. Okay, I think this is okay. This is okay based on the design. And one more thing we are going to have is the icon here, and here we are going to have our image assets, and we are gonna have image parts, and we are going to have avatar Roku. okay, and here we are going to have that part here to our avatar. Okay, our icon, you can actually call it avatar N if you want. Sorry, I'm just being funny. Okay, let's save that and see. And I think that threw us an error. Let's restart that. Okay, unable to load assets, so we need to stop this application and reload it all over again. And let's restart, and this is the icon. This is it. Beautiful. So we are going to have just add a little height from here, since it's all going to have height of, let's say we have height of 25, and let's make it 30. Let's make it 30. You can say that it couldn't load. And we are going to add some height here, and this is going to be card padding, and it's going to be our card padding, but we're going to just remove this and save that. And the next thing here we're going to do, I think it's almost done. It just, we need to change the backdrop, and oh, you can see how small that is. Let's increase that to 100. 100 is not, let's use the original size. I think the original size is okay, and we can just do one thing here, or remove this. One thing we are going to do here now is for us to take this up. We need to take this up, and we add the card padding here for it, and it's going to be on from start. And based on the if condition here, we are going to do if this is equals to sign in, that's when you're going to show the salad. I can see that is gone. So we are going to add some other things here. Let's say we have this, and you can see we have this, and we need to turn it back to its, flip it back to its original position. Then we add this other color. So it's going to be a series of if else here, but let's add them. So this is for let's say this is for signing. Okay, and let's add for sign up, and we'll have our own for sign up, and this is just going to be from here to here. Let's see how that looks like, what that looks like. But we are going to add this on a position, so I'm going to rename its position. Then I'm going to add left ones. Okay, 110. It's all gone. Okay, mark this as a constant. The next thing we're going to do, we can just make our own stack widget here, so we can actually use this a lot of times. And let's just make our own stack here and call this const, so everything in here is constant. And the next we are going to do, we still have the same widget, but now we are going to make this 50, and we change the color to purple. Let's see, not purple, dark blue. Well, let's make this 50, and we make this top 0, and we can have 10 here. Okay, pretty close enough. So we are going to tweak around these things. You can actually do this on your own, and to make it look exactly how the way you want it, but we are all getting this, how this is done. That's the main thing. So the next thing we are going to do is to design this particular screen. So this screen is not going to take a lot of time. We can just copy this screen and add this asset, add one more widget, one more this text view there, and we get it. So we are going to do that now. So let's call this this is not going to be sign up. It's not going to be called sign up screens. Come back, sorry for misguiding you. That information, come back, sign in. I'll update that, and let's update this as sign up. Let me extract this widget, call it sign up view, and this is going to be constant. And what we're going to do, we just copy all of these widgets here, all of this on this particular screen. and let's just paste it here and save, and go back to our main.dat and make these sign up, and we can just go back. If this is sign up, this should be always come back, and this should always be sign up. Okay, so this is our sign up screen, and in our sign up view here we can do one more thing, add one more widget here. So that's going to be name. Copy all of this and paste it here, and this is going to be your name at the top, your name. Save that, and we have this, and we change the name, the text for this as sign up. We have gotten that sign up, and what we need to do, we need to get this image here and call that, should we call that chicken? Let's call it fried. Let's call it fries. Fry. Let's call it fry. I don't want to make a lot of names. So we can see here we are using the same view here. So let's go back here, and what are we going to do on this place? We are going to call this, if it's come back. So that's when that particular thing will come up. And the next thing here we are going to do is this, if is this view, or it is this view, and it's going to be sign up. Save that. You can see that we still have that, and a plus, we are going to have that we're going to have that image here. So let's have that image, let's have that image. So if it's this or this, we still, if this view state is sign in or sign up, we still show that, but we are going to change the image. So if it is sign up, we are going to use if it's sign up, we are going to use fries. So let's call it fries, and we create that value there, and we are going to do one thing here, and we are going to call that fry, and here it is, and we are going to mark this as a string and as well as a constant as well. Okay, you can see that we have it. We just need to change this sign up, and we go back here, sign up view, call this sign up. I think this widget is actually big. It gets bigger, and we can just use header. Let's try that one and see. I think this is okay. I think this is okay. We can just go on our main here and tweak how the screen looks like. Let's try sign in. We get this view. Come back. We get this view. You can see, and we then try sign up. We get this view. So that is that for the Auth UI. I'm going to commit this, and I'm going to push that to our GitHub repository, and you can just get that particular branch and play around things. And the next video is going to be about navigation, how we are going to navigate from different screens. I'm going to talk about the navigation part of this. So thank you for staying around for this particular episode. I'll see you next